Students, all of you, good morning. Today, you have to go for learning some points about the plane bearings. The objective of this topic is, students, state the purpose of bearing, state the characteristics of plane bearing, and state how the plane bearings are classified, and name the common types of plane bearings, and name the features of commonly used plane bearings. About this matter, we shall discuss some basic points on the bearing. Here, watch the figure. Here, the shaft is mounted on some components called bearing. That's why bearing always supports the rotating or revolving shaft. Nothing bearing, we cannot support the shafts of revolving. Okay, that's why bearings are commonly used for supporting the rotating shaft. Here is the one simple definition for bearing. See the notes. Bearing. Bearings are the components used to hold and support the rotating elements or reciprocating elements. Okay, that's why the purpose of bearings tells about supports and hold the shaft in a fixed position and allow the shaft to run freely and minimize the rubbing action in between machine parts and restrain the moving element. These are the purpose of bearing. Under this consideration, bearings are thoroughly classified into plain bearings and anti-frictional bearings. When compared to plain bearings, anti-frictions are involves more RPM and more running without any friction. Okay, in plain bearings, further classification is as follows: radial or journal bearing and thrust bearing. And types of plain bearings: solid bearing, split bearing, self-aligning bush bearing, adjustable bearing. Here, see this side, anti-friction bearing. These anti-friction bearings are consists of rolling elements, racers, and case. These are various types of anti-friction bearings are available. Commonly used in machine shops are ball bearings, roller bearings, taper roller bearings, needle bearings, etc. See this. We have to classify the plain bearings in radial and thrust bearing. And what is the radial bearing and what is the thrust bearing are the questions. In radial bearing, the load acts at right angles to the bearing axis. Such bearings are called as radial or journal bearings. And in thrust bearing, the load is always acting parallel to the considered bearing axis. Okay, that's why the plain bearings are classified into planar anti-friction. Anyone depends upon the load. These are classified into thrust bearing and journal bearing. See, here one picture is there. Here the shaft is rotating on the component called as normal bearing. And this is radial bearing. What I have told in definition is shown in the figure. Here the shaft is running in the bearing and load is acting perpendicular to the bearing axis. Okay. In thrust bearing, here the load acts parallel to the bearing axis. That's why we can definitely consider the point on thrust and journal bearing, differentiate the load. When the load acting parallel to the bearing axis, such a bearings are called thrust bearing. When the load is acting perpendicular to the bearing axis, such a bearings are called as radial bearings. That's why. Almost familiar bearing picture is shown in the figure. Here almost familiar ball bearing. Here the parts are there like one inner race, outer race, ball cage and balls. Due to usage of balls, rollers and barrels, needles, anything else, these are called as rolling elements which always used for minimize the friction and getting the more RPM for the shaft. In such a cases, we can go for anti-frictional bearings. Anti-frictional bearings almost having these rolling elements. And see these figures, these are the types of plain bearings. This is self-aligning bearing, this is split bearing, and this is solid bearing, and this one is thrust bearing, radial bearing, and almost all this is a simple form of bearing. These are the basic points which are learned in this class. That's why you go thoroughly and day by day gradually improve your knowledge. Students, always wear the mask when you are going outside and push out the corona virus. Thank you, friends.